right, this is Vince Robbins, aka Koalaxamana, pro wrestler, and 25 years in the business of personal training and 5th year as a gym owner now. We're here at My Shore Fitness today with Robert Anthony, pro wrestler. He's awesome. So what we're gonna hit today is back, and I'm gonna take you through this entire back workout. We're gonna work for everything from top to bottom, stretch everything out. Let's go have a great back workout, and if you like it, try it, and you'll get the same results that we do. Awesome. All right, so this movement right here, we're gonna do a one-arm pull down, and notice what he's doing, completely stretching the lat from insertion to origin. Big pull here. Robert's gotta have a tremendous back because that's what he lands on in the ring, right?
Try to.
Yeah. The biggest key thing about this movement is getting that stretch. That's it. Good, point of origin, point of insertion right there. Awesome stuff. Let's keep moving. All right, so on the second exercise here, we're gonna do what I call a stretch row. We're gonna use these handles. If you don't have them at your gym, that's okay, use the regular handles. I like these better because they force your body to stabilize. So we're gonna stretch forward, shoot your hips back, pull in and hold. Shoot forward, stretch, pull in and hold. The reason I love this is because it's not just hitting your lats, teres minor, teres major, but it's also hitting spinal erectors and lower back. So it's kind of an all-in-one movement. It's awesome for range of motion and mobility. Let's give it a try. Yep, yeah, try. Good. Full stretch, hips back, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. Pull it, pull it. Arc up. Good. Let's get a bigger arc on this one. Push that chest forward. That's it right there. Do you feel that? Yep. Right there. So remember, the goal on this is to shoot the hips back, stretch forward, really elongate. That's perfect. And squeeze. Pull the shoulder blades together on this movement. Shoot the chest out. Anytime you shoot your chest out, you're gonna bring your shoulder blades together. That's great. Love this movement right here. It hits everything. So did you play any sports growing up, high school, anything like that?
Yeah, so in high school, all throughout high school, I was an amateur wrestler.
Oh, nice.
But I ended up quitting because I got in a huge fight with my coach. Because here's how this goes. Sophomore in high school, I'm already 6'3", but I'm 145 pounds. And I knew that I was going to be a professional wrestler. So what I did was I started gaining weight. So I believe I got to 155. And my coach told me I had to lose weight. And we had this big argument. I said, well, if you want me to lose weight, go tell my mom, because she's not going to have that. So we got in this huge argument. And I ended up wrestling at 172 at 155 as a punishment, and then that was my last year as a high school wrestler, and then I started professional wrestling 3 months after that.
Yeah, you started early, like 16, 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my graduation present. After I graduated high school at 17. One of the first things I did when I moved here from Texas to Illinois, I went to the Bourbon Day Friendship Fest, and I saw the World Wrestling Association. They put on a show at the Friendship Fest.
The Turbos?
Yeah. So with that company, they said, hey, we're going to have an open tryout. If you can come in the ring, do certain things, you'll be invited to our camp. And I did it, and I used my graduation money to pay for a wrestling school, which back then was like $4,000.
No, my friend in high school paid mine,
yeah.
And we both joined together. So it was $2,500 each. He put down $250 for me and $250 for him, and that's how we got going. But then your whole skew of like existence becomes messed up, because I'm 16 years old, travel the Midwest with adults, and then have to be at PE on Monday. Like, everyone's like, oh, did you do this? I'm like, you have no clue what I just did.
Yeah.
It's a messed up business, but here we are.
Yeah, I remember those, but the first times I traveled at 17, especially when we went out of state. And a lot of the guys that broke me in, like Trevor Blanchard, I remember staying the night where we had a group called the Masters of Brutality. And that was my first experience with ring rats, but that's a story for another time. No. That's a story for another time. No. Let's keep working out. No. Okay, so on this next movement here, we're gonna do stiff arm pull down. I like to do them a specific way where as you're coming down, you flare your lats to open them up. So I'm gonna take a wide grip here on the horn, on the easy bar. Shoot your hips back, and as you come down, chin up, chest up. Flare your lats, right there. On the last one, I always like to hold it as long as I can. Oh, good stuff. So, before you hit this set, we talked about the sports you played before, but what do you're a pro wrestler. Do you do anything else for a living?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I teach PE, and that's the backup plan, right? So if anyone ever wants to be which way? That was the end of that part.
I can't get either.
No, it's fine. If anyone ever wants to be a professional wrestler, the first thing I say is have a backup plan. Do something else, as you found out very early on. You're like, oh, I got to do something else before I do this dream. So I found that out late in life. But the backup plan was education and keep the wrestling hobby alive, I guess.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. No, I've experienced this too. Like when you wrestle, and you try to do as much as you can because you got to get the experience. You got to create your gimmick. You got to create your character. But it really sucked making $50 a match. And that's all you got to live with when it costs you $50 just to drive to the place. And if you're going out of town where you got to stay with a group of people, it's impossible. So that's why I always worked as a personal trainer. And now that I have my health clubs and they're running themselves, I'm able to go out and pursue my dream, but hit it full force. Just like this set, hit it full force.
He got paid $50. Jimmy Blaze gave me 10. Thanks, Jim, for the $10. $10 Chicago payday, my friend.
Should have got that $3 Olive Garden coupon in there. Get some breadsticks.
Oh my goodness.
That's what they call cutting your teeth, right? It's good form. That's really flare the lats here. That's it. Create that cobra look. You walk around like this at the end of the set. I work out.
One day we'll talk about the Jimmy Blaze paydays.
I love that guy. I don't let anybody. Now that I'm back in pro wrestling, nobody pays me. I'm not even bullshitting. I don't take a paycheck. I don't want to. I bring my own gimmicks. I bring my own tables. I pay for everything because I love it, and I have a job that pays me very well, and I want to give back. I don't want indie promotions to die like they tend to. They're only around for so long, and that's because they don't have the funding that it takes to keep going. So anything I can do to help, that's what I do. All right, so on this movement here, Rob is gonna demonstrate. So we're gonna fold the slide your butt back, slide bucket. We're gonna fold the lat forward for the stretch, and we're gonna pull the whole lat back, and then we're gonna allow the center here, the spinal rectum muscles, to contract, holding that posture in place, strengthening his posture. Great movement for like a lot of people that spend a lot of time on a computer. This is an awesome movement because it's going to help you drive everything back, drive the shoulders back, increase your posture strength, which is awesome. So just to go through it again, make sure you slide back here, position forward, come back, squeeze. Right there. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Awesome movement, give it a try. Okay, so we're done with the back movements. We're gonna hit some ab movements here. What we're gonna do is combine the lower four with the upper four. Most gyms have this, it's an abdominal crunch machine. So what we're gonna do here, position our elbows in, straight leg out, drive down, pull up. My buddy Paul Ward came up with this. He was a champion diver in high school, so he had a lot of cool abdominal movements, and also a pro skater. Ooh, that feels awesome. Very typical for me. For the sake of the video, I'm going to stop it short so it's not too long. But I try to go to failure in every set. All right, Robert, let's see it. First time doing it.
Yeah. Oh my big.
Slide your butt all the way to the end, like you're almost falling off the seat. This way, this way. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Legs out straight. Point the toes. Good. Control it. Yeah, squeeze it. Good.
Oh, too big for this.
There you go. Yeah, so This is the fulcrum angle. So this is where you get the majority of the contractions here. The upper abs are going to stabilize the movement. Good job, man. Crush it to failure. You got it. Very good.
Oh, too tall.
A couple of questions I got for you. Like, what are some of the accomplishments you've had in wrestling?
Signing the contract with WWE at 23 was a big one, and I think I've done everything, almost everything, right? So wrestle in front of 15,000 people at the United Center, you know, different things like that. But I think the biggest accomplishment is after 22 years, still being relevant and still being asked to do things like that, right? So like tomorrow I'll be at AEW, and for a 40-year-old man to be still asked to do this with the 20-year-old kids, I think that is the biggest accomplishment.
Especially in big companies like AEW, NWA, North American champion right here. So yeah, that's you know, some people as they tend to get to this point of their life where they hit 40, their career tends to go this way. But I honestly, from what I'm seeing, it's going this way. It's still shoots.
Yeah. It's only over when you quit.
That's right.
And I haven't quit yet.
Or when your body quits on you. So that's another thing. So what are some of your goals for the future?
You know what? To train the youth, right? So I have a good crop of students that I train that are doing well. And I think my legacy when I get older is through them. So that's the future, right? Because I don't want to sign another contract. That's not in my goals for life. But if I could have someone that I trained make that their job, that is the goal for the future.
Absolutely. That's basically what I do for a living, is help people achieve their goals and achieve their dreams. We've talked about wrestling before, and kind of like the storylines and everything like this. Guy's got a great mind for wrestling. I love a lot of the stuff he puts out. If you're not already doing it, subscribe to his YouTube page, as well as listen to his podcast. Go on his Instagram page. His podcasts are awesome. I listen to him for about 20 minutes of my drive in the morning, and then right behind you is our ellipticals that I listen to the rest of it on. And for me, it's cool having a guy that lives close to me and I get to work out with him. Just know that he's got the same passion for this as I do, and he's living it, you know? That's so inspirational, so it's really cool. We're gonna finish up this ab workout. We're hitting the ab coaster right now. 50 reps a set, let's go.
No, you're first.
Right, so on the ab coaster, what I like to do is I come up and I hold it until it burns so bad that I just go through the reps. So when it really starts hurting, I just drive the reps. Get rid of the pauses. For me, this keeps my lower back and my hips loose. It's a fluid in there, but it crushes my core. Woo! All right, Ego. Let's get it.
He didn't do 50.
No.
There was not 50.
I did 5. Try to pause at the top. There you go. Pause it at the top so you can't take it anymore. Awesome. 3D abs by summer. Woo! Here we go. Perfect. Awesome. Hey, so another thing I want to talk to you about is, you know, a lot of wrestlers, they got to overcome adversity, injuries, stuff like that. You know, hardships in their life. Have you ever had to overcome anything?
Yeah, getting fired.
It's not easy.
So when you're 27, 28, and you get fired and you move back into your mom's basement when everyone you know has houses and families and kids, you got to learn to pick that up and pick up those pieces and figure that out, while going through like a depression about it and all that kind of stuff. So support system around you. Your friends in the wrestling business will help you out if they're your good friends, and then you just kind of figure out what your next steps are in life, right? So mine were going back to school and picking up the backup plan, as I said before. But yeah, that was the biggest one, is how to pick up the pieces from your dream when your dream tells you you didn't want it anymore.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, you figured it out.
And it seems like you have figured it out. So
Yeah.
like I said, I only see an upward trajectory.
It took
for
a
you.
couple of years.
Yeah, so I watch a lot of your YouTube stuff. I
Yep.
listen to all your podcasts. Would you say that's one of your passions you have in life right now?
Yeah, because I'm having fun telling the stories of my friends, right? So the YouTube channel, it's not about just me, right? The vlogging with ego thing. It's about everyone that I hang out with. The podcast is interviewing the people that I know, right? So it's putting the other people over and telling their stories, so that way that stuff lives forever, because our history sometimes gets lost if you don't record it. And so I'm just recording it, like you're recording this.
Absolutely. And the one thing I really enjoyed was your second match with CM Punk, where you break his nose.
Yes.
And who was doing the broadcasting with you on that was your wife.
Yeah. In her nice voice.
Yeah.
She was mean to me all the other times. I'm just kidding.
That's a really, really entertaining piece of art, I'd say. If you haven't had the chance, check it out on YouTube. It's
Robert Ego Anthony over on YouTube.
Yeah,
Very easy to find.
Yep, versus CM Punk.
Yep.
So, God, when did that take place in, like, 2004? 3?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4.
That was the time when, so I started in the indie biz '97, and I worked to about 2001 in Illinois. Then I went to California and worked out there till 2003, 4, and then came back home. And when I came back home, everything was different on the indie circuit. Midwest Renegade Wrestling was gone, Lunatic was gone, World Wrestling Association was gone, so it's kind of lost. And then reached out with a couple of organizations, did a couple matches with Windy City Pro Wrestling, but I just couldn't relight that fire because I was tired of being broke. So I really put the focus. Yeah, I put the focus on that. Yeah, absolutely. So hey, great workout today.
Yeah, man.
Always appreciate it. You guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. I've got about 15 spaces left on Facebook, so if you really want to be a Facebook friend, you better hit me up now. All right, aloha, guys. Love you guys.